Hi, this is Joan Nichols, and I'm back with Representative Dave Olin from District 1A on Capital Connections. Well, Representative Olin, we have some good news this week. There is a deal, an agreement on GAMC that's been negotiated, and we're ready to take it back to a vote probably early next week.
Yeah, the GAMC bill finally came to a nice ending. Obviously, it was a compromise. And it is an example that the governor and the legislature and the Republicans and Democrats can work together if you really set your mind to it, because this bill, we needed to get resolved. We finally have it resolved. Exactly what it will do, it's not necessarily a perfect bill in any direction, but it's certainly better than where we were headed.
Which would have put many people off of any kind of health care plan, or moved them to a point where they couldn't have afforded the premiums.
We were going to leave a lot of people off health care, and we were going to switch a lot of them over to what's called MinCare, which would have in the long run threatened that program within probably a few months. Now we have avoided that situation. And the one good thing from a prosecutor and from a person who handled civil commitments in Pennington County for years as county attorney, we solved the mystery of the prescription drugs. We're not going to turn off a whole bunch of people that need prescription drugs to be stabilized off of the drugs or off of their medications that they so badly need. So we solved that problem, and that's good from a public safety and from a general point of view.
And I know many of the healthcare providers in your area, they're going to be coming to you increasingly over the coming weeks and months with questions on how reimbursement rates will work. And so all of that information will be shared and forthcoming very shortly.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff is going to be coming out in the near future. We know that there's a deal made, but all the details will be showing up the next couple of days, and by probably next Monday or so we'll be voting on this compromise and sending it to the governor, and that should be the end of this issue for this session. Long term, we'll be working on it again shortly thereafter, probably, because it's not going to be a long-term answer.
Well, then also probably coming up next week is we're maybe seeing the bonding bill being taken up for another vote.
Yeah, behind the scenes there's some negotiations between the governor and the conference committee members to try to resolve the bonding bill. There's not a whole lot to report there, other than it appears that flood mitigation money is a priority of everybody involved, so I don't think we're going to lose any of that. So far, from what I'm hearing, the Thief River Falls Airport hangar is still in the mix in everybody's figures, but the last-minute preparation and the last-minute changes could change a lot, because there's still the question on, is the Thief River Airport a local project, and if so, is the governor going to actually allow some local projects? I would maintain it's a regional impacted project, so hopefully he will leave that project in.
Well, now, in preparation for next week, what is the legislature doing with the remainder of this week?
Well, the remainder of this week, we're working on two totally different lines, because from a public policy point of view, the first deadline is coming. In other words, if you have a bill that would just change some policy of the state instead of the entire state budget, those bills have to be out by this Friday, out of committee anyway. So there's a lot of late night meetings going on this week trying to get things done. From a finance point of view, well, we're starting to work very seriously in every committee, and I just had a meeting this morning in Public Safety Finance trying to get that Public Safety Finance bill ready to go, which would cover all the public safety issues.
So we're talking about budgets, and that's going to be the subject of a lot of discussion in the weeks and months ahead. And we'll hear more from Representative Olin on Capital Connections next time. Thank you.
Thank you.